Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Lovely cold, wet day here again. Very autumnal feel to it. We just had a load of the sawdust coming here, which we're going to be spreading on the field. I'm going to push that up in a second. And we're going to give them some of our dry fines for those briquettes. So we're going to go back to the yard now and pick those up. They seem to be working quite well, coming out the dryer, so yeah. Okay guys, the rain has also put a stop to the spreading. We just started out of our lagoon, which we get in from the local AD park with chicken washings. So we had hislops in here on Sunday. We thought we might be able to do it, but obviously the weather's just come against us. They had a big machine, 36 meters to fit the tram line, so we were doing it on the wheat, and I'll pop a couple of videos up of them working. So yeah, that's a nuisance, not a bit of weather against us. There we are guys, just loading up from the road that we put in. The width of that boom, it's pretty large. 28 cube tanker, that's bigger than a road tanker, that is, or about the same size. Some operation. Those wheels aren't small, but when you look in comparison to those are monsters. Okay guys, I'm back up on top one of the drying bins here, coming out our kiln, which is just there. This has got the digestate in it, and just walking on top you can see a real clear line where it's dried, where it hasn't. So I don't know what it's like down beneath. This is super dry what I'm standing on, where the air's just coming directly up, but it kind of cracks and then the air rushes through this middle dry bit, it doesn't do the sides. So I'm hoping that as we go further down into the bin, we'll find that there's been a more evenly drying process through this. I've also got those bins over there on the biomass boiler, if you remember. I can see they're slightly steaming actually, one of those ones. That's just got a false floor. So we'll have a look at those and see how they're getting on, but I think they need a little bit longer. It's almost like I need to shovel a little bit more on the top here. So I'll probably just kick it about and do that. Okay guys, so you might have seen last week I went and picked up this Palex log cleaner. We're using it at the moment, so I'll just show you what it's producing out and how we got on. So this is what's coming out. It's quite clean, pretty good. This one's leaving behind. We were just saying it does leave a few thin slivers like this, so that's not ideal. Last week we were using the trommel, but I'll go and show you what the problem is there and how we're going to have to redesign that. Okay trommel that we had built. You might have seen it in the previous videos. But what is happening is the weight is too great, and I'll just show you all the arms are breaking. So this one's broken. That one up there is broken. If we go down the other end, those are broken down that end. Actually, the only one that is holding is the middle one. The other thing that we're finding is that the entry to this is just too much going on with this flap, these arms, these support arms, this bearing here. It's all in the way of the logs going in. You really need to have the chute going directly into that trommel, so no logs are spilling out, but we're getting logs spilling out. It's jamming on this corner, which is what's pushing that, has pushed that down. The logs are jamming in here, which probably isn't helping the arms either. So, kind of long story short, we're going to scrap all this bit here, take out the arms, we think. I'm going to get a flange. Barry thinks he's going to be able to make a little flange or a lip that would go round there, and then we'll run it on rollers from the outside, and we'll put a belt, we'll move the motor to the halfway position and run a belt all the way around that, so flange that again. And we think that will be a much more effective way, because we'll be able to put the conveyor directly into the trommel. When it's working, it does an amazing job. It takes out all those fine pieces of wood which we can then chuck into an economy bag or something like that. And so yeah, partial success, you might say. All a learning curve for us, so that's pretty good. Okay guys, we're just tipping this digestate trailer out. We've had it drying for, well, since last Friday. I can see just by looking at it, there's some dry patches in it, there's some wet patches. Again, mixed reaction, but we'll have a look.
Right, there's the start. It's not exactly super dry. Again, it's just so heavy, the material, I think, that air's just not passing through it. It's doing the bottom bit, but nothing else. Anyway, we'll try and give it a shunt to see what's coming out.
Okay, it's still not coming out, so Mike's going to have a little go at trying to pull it out with the digger like we did the other week. I'm getting quite bored of things sticking in drying bins now. Again, hasn't done much drying in there, very disappointing in that. It's hard, isn't it? Oh. Right guys, we've just spent about half an hour digging that stuff out. I've never seen anything lock in so tight in the bottom of this bin. We've got 2 more to do, so hopefully they'll be a little bit easier. I'm just on our second bin. This one's one of the new ones that I bought. It's looking a bit better. So, you know, a much greater depth of dried material on this bin. Just a little bit at the top that's not so good. So yeah, hopefully she'll come out. I mean, look at that. It's even sticking hard on this door. You know, I actually got to really rub that to get it off. Unbelievable bloody stuff. So that's just fallen out. That's looking a lot better. Hopefully she'll go. Again, not so much drying. Again, it's just the first foot that's disappointing on the drying front. Please, please, please come out. It's stuck again. It's better. Okay guys, so it's finally cleared up enough and we're just tidying up all these heaps here. We've got that wet here that we just couldn't get ahead. So just tidying up all this stuff north of the clamp. We had a whole load of arb logs brought in and that's all going to get thrown down a hole. It's just sort of a bit of wood and a bit of brick really. And we've got our Efron on the digger. And yeah, in time I think I want to try and stone down this area here and then we can put slab wood on here and chip directly into the clamp. So yeah, the weather's finally turning, we can get back to tidying up things really. And you know, it all takes a bit of time, but this was getting quite soft because it's all sort of made up ground that we had here before when we put in this in our clamp. So yeah, there we go, all good stuff. Okay, so there we are guys, we're getting that nicely tidied up after just a real mess of sort of muck and everything else, which is good to see that all getting tidied. So we're just here with the V body. It's hardly done any drying at all, just next to the V's either side, but there's a whole load of wet stuff in there and a bit on the top's dried, but that's about it. It's a difficult one guys, we're not having much success. I think the only way we can dry digestate is with the batch dryer. We've tried that machine, we tried the telehandler with the bucket, it was alright when it had the full floor, but with this V one, obviously you can't get in there, so unfortunately I have to ask the lads just to dig that out. So yeah, not the best this, not the best. So we're now trying the big stick, shove it in and see if that will loosen things up. Okay guys, that idea didn't do so well. If you see, but they've actually bent one of those forks, put it in too much and tried to lift up. So yeah, unfortunately it's back to the old Mark 1 shovel for them, but you know what, it builds up the appetite, doesn't it? They are, she's gradually coming out, but it's absolutely jam solid. Hot too. So he's just grading along there. just to take out the ridges, make it nice and smooth. And it's doing a nice job. So it's a lot smoother to come along here now that grade has done its job. It's just knocking out the ridges and filling the potholes, which is just what we want. You guys are just down here at the bins where we are drying next to our little biomass boiler, and we've got the digger just working away here. We're just going to pull a little bit of mud in. There's a bit of a lip there, and we want to level out a bit more space, because when we're coming in with hook lift bins, we've got a bun there, and the area seems quite big here, but when you've got the trailer on, it's actually really tight, and we're having to go round 3 or 4 times. So we're just kind of pulling out a little bit of material to build up there, throw a little bit more stone down, and we'll get ourselves a little bit of a zone where we can go in there and then reverse trailers onto this side to tip. So yeah, we're just pulling down the little bit of extra muck that we've got on the top, just to build that up slightly to make ourselves, because at the moment it's going down. There's a bit of a puddle there after the winter. We just want to get that fixed out for next year. So that's our job for the today, and probably a bit of tomorrow as well. So yeah, just behind me, that's that horrible digestate from last night that the guys dug out of the 3 bins. It's going, it's off again with Benny's there, so that is good. Nice to see the back of it, and yeah, we won't be trying that again, but you have to try these things. Hey guys, so I've just come back down here. We've done a nice little job flattening that out. I don't know if you can see, I'll turn the camera around and just show you. So yeah, it's all down now. Should all be fairly tracked in now. It's still a little bit squidgy. Yeah, we've done a nice little cut around the edge there. So yeah, good work there, good work. So we'll get some stone up now from the quarry, start putting a bit of stone across here. We could maybe even need another load or 2 in here, I'm sort of feeling, to bring the level up just slightly on the muck. But we'll just maybe get the theodolite out and have a look. Now guys, we're just putting on this area a little pipe that will take the water away, because on the other side over here, we've got a little substation. You can just see the brown hut. That actually sinks down about 1 metre, and we've got a little pipe, and originally it just flooded this area here with water. So as we put some stone across here to firm it up, we're going to bury this pipe as it comes out from there, and take the water all the way across over to the quarry. So that's what we're doing in there basically. You can just see where it comes out the ground there, and we've got yeah, it does actually fill up that, and one time the substation was almost flooded by water, so we had to quick sharp cut a trench across from there and get the water away down here. So this will just keep the water flowing nicely away from the whole site.